just said, because I can't see people. I'm not, I just abandoned. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, friends. Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, Nigeria, West Africa, Africa, the world. Wherever you are listening to us, you are welcome to the Vintage Talkshow with the Park and friends. And it's a good day. Yes, today has been some, somewhere. Anyway, we are good. We are happy. Today is the last Sunday of November. Now we're moving to December. And all kinds of names they call it. It will be a blessed month for all of us. Today is going to be a great show. My name is Femi Akintunde-Johnson. My friends call me Fad. And I'm not alone. I have my babes are here. It's nice to live among women, you know, especially if you are reasonable and respectful. Okay, let's start with the one to my left. Good morning, Esife Arobodade. How are you this morning?
Good morning to everybody. Good morning to the Russians, all our fans, wherever you are listening or watching from. Happy last Saturday month of November. Let this be a good and beautiful day. So stick with us because we have beautiful things to offer to you.
Great. I was waiting for an international day or something. We don't have anyone yet.
I just said on Saturday morning, it's later in the day that I do it.
But you come and tell us. Please
Okay,
check also you can greet us
I'll be
internationally.
checking.
Okay. And also with us on the other side. Is Omolara. Good morning, Omolara.
Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, Nigeria. Welcome to another beautiful edition of the Vintage Talkshow.
Hmm. Thank you. Thank you. What's all this scratching in your end? Oh my.
I feedback from your side.
Eh?
Mm.
Anyway, we expect to be okay here. The other time you open your microphone, the thing will crack, 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 crack. Okay, moving on. Well, this is the Vintage Talk Show. Here we always speak truth to power and shine light on that for. So come with us. We pick up with the truth for the week. And this is an interesting one. It says you cannot hide smoke when the house is on fire. It's a Malagasy, which is, is it tourism? You cannot hide smoke when the house is on fire. You can't hide. I mean, banditry, insurgency, kidnapping, abductions, all sorts of things are here, and you are rubbing your hands and setting up prayer meetings, and you can't hide. So you're already on fire. Don't hide the smoke. Either you call firefighters or you quench it yourself. You have to quench it. The fire. You can't. The smoke is too much. The smoke is affecting. The smoke is causing catarrh. Nah, you can't hide fire. You can't hide smoke when the house is on fire. Again, we move to fact checking. Facts, what we call knowledge booster. You might have heard or read stuff like, did you know that horses and cows sleep while standing? No, if you ever heard that before. The horses and cows stand and sleep. You know,
This is new to us.
it's anyway. The fact checkers say it is partially true. Horses and cows can sleep standing up, but only for light sleep. You know what we call nap. They have a special system of tendons and ligaments called the stay apparatus, which locks their legs and lets them rest without falling over. This is an evolutionary defense, allowing them to doze while staying alive, alert to predators. However, they cannot achieve deep sleep, what we call REM sleep, while standing. For that, both horses and cows must lie down. In fact, horses especially need a few minutes of lying flat each day to stay healthy. So, yes, they nap on their feet, but for true deep sleep, they still have to lie down. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. But I've seen some people, some human beings that can sleep while they're standing. Omolara, have you seen anyone that can sleep, even if you just nap while standing, they can,
I, I,
I've seen,
I remember while I was still very young,
what
my
did you
my
say?
mom used to talk while I was still very young, my mom would say me Ojulale. So if we mistakenly go out together and we're on the road, I'll be sleeping and walking.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. So that means Omolara, you are standing and sleeping. What is it? Oh, is there from sleepwalking, though? I know they can walk and sleep.
No,
Oh,
I don't think any human can sleep while standing.
there was a concert, is it a concert or so, one event that we organized, and my assistant, I was telling, give me this. I was standing right beside me. I look up, I was sleeping. The guy was sleeping. Oh, I knocked him away. So obviously, how can you sleep? How can you sleep? Oh my, human beings, yeah, it's awesome. Anyway, it says just napping, brief nap, like 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and all that. Oh my, this is, mm, okay. We're moving on before the internet will start disturbing us and all that. We move on to entertainment news with AC Fair and Nomolara. Are we ready?
Yes, we are
Yeah.
ready.
Okay, let's go. Let's start with the way this conversation will stop so that we can hear her well. Okay? Let's go. Look,
Ojekunle was violently attacked during the performance at a burial ceremony in Okupa, Ondo State last Friday. An Nigerian crowd known as Enya led a group of attackers who stormed the venue, causing panic. Ojekunle's manager was stabbed with a broken bottle throughout
wow.
between them. In the chaos, Ojekunle's phone, wristwatch, gold chain, and the bag containing about 4 million naira were stolen.
Mm,
These investigations are ongoing.
wow. They attacked him
Yes, yes.
because they are attacked him because he's making money where they are what? Where they are where they are not. And they can identify the person. So I would believe that police will do the right thing. I'm sure
Yes,
they'll bring him to book. You can't go around snatching people's money because you don't have.
mm,
Nah, that's not how it works. You go and work for your own. Basically, it was working when you met him. And then to stab the man, I hope the man is alive. To stab, that means there was an attempt on Obesi's life.
yes.
So that's a very serious one. Very serious one. So sad. We pray that the police will get to the end of it and all the culprits were brought to justice. Okay, Beleo, Obesere, Orakpala out of that place, but without the bag of money. You know, so God will recompense. Don't worry. Okay. You want to try?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nollywood
let's
star
try.
Tokunbo says he has entered a new cheery and inspired chapter in her life, describing a renewed spiritual awakening years after giving her life to Christ in 2015. In a series of emotional posts, she said she recently experienced one of her darkest seasons but found peace through the Holy Spirit. Dike recounted leading a prayer session where she felt God tangibly prompting a complete surrender. Fresh off her 40th birthday, she says her new journey is marked by grace, healing, and transformation, fans noting visible changes in her lifestyle and appearance.
Praise God.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. There's nothing that God cannot do. I mean,
Oh, God does not.
you know, before you know it now, you see Dr. DK, your neighborhood preaching, and calling people and calling sinners to consider their ways and follow Christ. That's a good thing to hear. It's called epiphany. You just see a revelation that shows you the way you are going. It's not going to end well. You better turn this way or turn that way. Well, thank God for Tonto. She has seen the light. I think that's not what we say.
Yes,
He
sir.
has seen the light. Okay,
Mm,
next story.
After 7 years of rivalry, music stars Tiwa Savage and Yemi Alade have finally reconciled. Their fallout began over a toxic social media jab about body enhancement that escalated into an open warning from Tiwa. The pair made peace last Thursday during the Price of Being Up panel at Entertainment Week Africa in Lagos, officially ending the long-running tension.
Oh, God. Uh, well, when you have a lot of free time in your hand, you quarrel. You don't quarrel. Social, social media quarrels, body enhancement, this and that. Is it not because we have time, we have money? Now you can suspend someone of having this or that. Anyway, they say the thing has ended after 7 years. Beg your pardon. And they are back today. Thank God for the opportunity of prize of being here panel. I brought them together. Thank you, Entertainment Week Africa. Uh, the state souls have come back together. Well done. I hope you affect their music and their part. Okay, let's move on. Omolara, are you there?
yeah, actress Shade Shitu, known for her role as Arawo, says one stereotype she wishes to erase is the belief that all actresses behave alike. Speaking with Sunday School, she shared a single misstep that one performer eventually attributed to her. She also called for better stories, bigger budgets, and stronger systems to grow the industry. Noting that Nollywood still relies heavily on YouTube and DSTV for visibility. Chitu added that some viewers assume she can only play calm roles, even though she's eager for more challenging characters. She also shared a touching encounter with a fan in Ibadan, which showered her with gifts during a test.
Okay, good for Shadishi. Mm. And the fans of Shadishi. Omolara, are you a fan?
I, in fact, I was just trying to find out more in the movies, but I think it's just an option.
Okay. Mm. Okay. Okay. Good for her. Let's go.
Veteran rapper M.I. Abaga says many celebrities run into financial trouble because they try to sustain unrealistic lifestyles. driven by public expectations. In a new interview with Truth, MI revealed he has conditioned himself to handle job shaming, so he never pressure to live extravagantly. He noted that authenticity and discipline are key to financial survival in the entertainment industry.
Okay. I think the guy's name is Tibi. Not,
Tuesday.
I really, I think it's abstraction from the short name. Um, um, well, it makes sense. Yeah. And if you know, it's been there for a while. And, make the profession. Don't make it your lifestyle. You know, if you act, it's because that's the job. Then don't act in real life. Be real. Let them know your problem. You know, let them know what you have. We have just received a piece of information. Let's confirm, and I'm sure that it is true. And then I will relate to, well, it's an entertainment news, breaking news. But let's confirm, give us a moment to confirm, then we'll come back and share the information. Yes, it's all right. Okay. No, you did the last one.
Yes, I
Okay,
did.
Molara, Molara, please go ahead.
Tiwa Savage delivered a powerful opening at the Price of Being Star panel during Entertainment Week Africa, shedding light on the hidden struggles faced by female artists. He said women in music often sacrifice sleep, safety, and mental health only to receive that harassment or underpayment in return. Savage listed the ways women give their talent, creativity, and vision, yet face disrespect and double standard. Joined by Yemi Alade, Sasha P. Wage, Femi, and Kumadi, the emphasis he emphasized the importance of female solidarity, saying each woman on the panel should shape industry in ways audience really acknowledge.
And it's so fitting that before or after a powerful speech, she reconciled with Yemi Alade because it would be hypocritical if you encourage solidarity and you are still having beef with your
Yeah.
colleagues. And that exemplifies what she was preaching. And thank God for that panel or that opportunity. Probably people will still continue with their beef and all that. Very good. People should close their eyes, work together. It's not just for women, for every aspect of human life. When you are combined together, like the what we say, it's a strong wall. It's not easy to break. When the punch of broom is difficult to break, and all that. Okay, this is it. Let's go.
Modu has issued a strong warning to those spreading false claims about her daughter, Imade, whom she shares with Davido. She dismissed allegations that she stopped Imade from celebrating the singer's birthday, insisting she stop dragging her child into online narratives. She condemned blogs for misinformation and said she's ready to take legal action against anyone publishing falsehoods about her daughter.
Yeah, go ahead and see that. Mm, that's how you do it. You get blessed. Mess with your child. I mean, you with it. We mess with their life. Okay. Now, before we go on break, I need to announce a sad occurrence. It has just been announced and it's confirmed by a reputable journal, which is why I'm announcing it. It's confirmed by Punch that veteran Nollywood actor and cultural icon Jerry Paimo, we call him Edda, is dead.
Mm.
The death was
Who?
confirmed on Saturday by veteran entertainment journalist and chairman of the Best of Nollywood Awards, across social media platforms. Uh, it's Chief Jerry Paimo, MON, is gone. We call him Edda Leola, a terrific actor. from the days of Oladipo, Ola, he's been there performing. When he was known like the everyman role that he played was so scintillating that it became his name. So we call him Eda. And that's Baba Eda, Ola, Outcast. And I think he was about 86 years old.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah, 86 years old. Uh, it's sad. But he lived a sterling life. In one of achievements or ancestors. So may his soul rest in peace. And we ask for fortitude for his family, friends, and followers. Fans, adieu. TopRadio 90.9. Registration is closing. Visit www.botswanaboy.ng to register and stand a chance to win big. For more details, contact us on +54 708 8000. Botswana Live Day Festival. Hey, future. back. Sometimes sad news. Some offends you, but we need to move on. The old man died initially old age. We want him to stay longer. The God knows better. Okay, who's next?
Me?
Moving both as we have to resurface education by leadership in Zimbabwe about an incident said to have happened nearly 20 years ago on Lagos Airport Tunnel. The same pedestrians abandoned the car after an accident to avoid falling sick. Senior students online debate about potential legal implications. Don Jazzy has now issued a plea urging fans to trust the state to reject old stories.
So, did it happen or did it not? We will brush it aside. If it happen, we will forgive you. But if it happen or not, you just brush aside. If you forget decades old, whether it's 100 years old, is it true or not? That's what is the answer. You know, and then you brush it aside. And that is it. Oh God. This is the interesting one. Okay, Omola, let's move on.
The band has launched the Nigeria Youth Positively Driven NYPC initiative following Afrexim Bank's equity acquisition in the same platform. The program was unveiled during the UN AIDS celebration in Abuja and aims to encourage Nigerians to document inspirational actions and community impact. Featured participants can earn 250,000 naira, with weekly winners receiving up to 2 million naira. The initiative is supported by the Creative Alliance for Peace, which also promotes renewable energy and sustainability projects nationwide. Bond said Africa remains the world's strongest innovation hub, yet still operates far below potential.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Nigeria Youth Positively Driven NYPD. When I first saw the headline, I was in New York, Police Department. I think below them, but we thank God, and I was doing good. Okay, come on, do you have more for us? Okay, go ahead.
Christians are being diversified. Programs that can relocated to strengthen and global career paths. Nigeria because the city of cultural energy and Abuja, comparing it to Lagos, cited that a strong Nigerian cultural community alongside festive season is the necessary for international journey.
When you have the opportunity, would you want to relocate?
I wish you
You have blinking a lot.
just
And for us, for us here, still here, we'll make the best use of it. We'll overcome this current fiasco. We'll overcome. And we'll prosper. We'll excel. Yes, we'll done. And we'll come and visit and come back. And, just play around and come back. Yeah, some of us are Nigerianized completely. Okay, Amolara, are you there?
Yes, I am. Actress Uche Ogbodo says choosing to enjoy the culture of women suffering in silence within marriage. Known for her views on motherhood and relationships, said too many women hide their pain outside themselves instead of sharing stories that could help others. Ogbodo criticized double standard that makes independent expecting women to stay loyal, always wear rubbish. She advocated increasing social views of respect, saying a woman was put at rest and walk away from emotional abuse. If it's not working, you don't have to die in it.
this is mostly what Mora said. Only heard completely Mora. So I'll ask Mora. I mean, you agree with that position, right? This will heard you, right? But is it true that people excuse men's infidelity as against women?
I barely hear you.
Oh, it's terrible, terrible. Your voice is garbled. We can hear you. Mora, if you let me ask you, why is it not like with a woman? Is it true that our society somehow excuse men's infidelity as against women? Yeah, because the man's world, man can do anything nonsense. That's nonsense. They both have blood, both have mind, and both have an emotion. When you cheat, you separate your partner, and vice versa. You know? That's what it's saying. What she's saying is like 50-50. It should be respectful. A woman should know her worth and walk away from what is abuse, whether it's psychological, physical, or emotional. Now, if it's not working, you don't have to die in it. I think it's just a sound logic. Okay. Each of you should have one more. Let's quickly welcome our special conversation, another lady joined us today. Maybe his voice. Good morning, Kamala
Yeah,
Adeboye. Good morning.
good morning, Uncle Fudge. Good morning, Mr. Omolara. Good morning. Good morning, listeners. Good morning,
Okay.
everybody.
So, Kamala, you can see that Damala's voice is very clear and clean. So the problem is from your end, not from our end. Okay.
Is it like I could
Um,
hear heard again from your
I would advise you not to mitigate them. Just don't communicate. Okay, Stephen, let's have your. I think that's your last story. Okay, let's go.
Possible as he cites Olamide for not inviting him. So the rapper sold out Ojekunle Arena concert in London. In a viral video, Possible claims Olamide and his closest friends they collaborated on their group. He contrasted this with his relationship with Stepchild, saying their relationship was Ghana earned him an invitation to London. Possible urged Olamide to respond, warning that silence now would lead to regret later. And allow
Jamala, you see your brother. Uh, it's threatening people because they didn't invite him to a show and they will regret. Oh, God.
series a new person, so they need to also because of the teenage stuff. It's also part of the age.
You know, as Bosun would say, he just likes to go, what do you call that? To be viral or to be controversial. So that people can
Okay.
talk about him and
But,
all that.
Portable is a study in controversy, a court on his own.
Oh my. That guy is not you have complained they didn't invite you to a sold out show. That means you are not needed. And then if they don't respond, they will regret. That boy has gone far. He has gone far. Well, you have to give that story it's terrible. I think they're going to show Molara now. Molara maybe she exit and come back with solution. I will have dealt with your story, your last story. As I go ahead, it says Singer Penny says that gift is a constant reminder of God's presence. Speaking of entertainment week, Africa is going to where that lady, uh, our ability to create melody, effort, convincing power, divinely support. Let me emphasize the importance of women uplifting one another. Saying artists often expect support from everyone else, but forget to care for themselves. On self-love, she said she has learned to value herself as she is while working to grow and improve. There you go. So always give glory to God. In anything you excel in. Don't think it's only your DNA or yourself or whatever. Give glory to God. Thank you for making you what you are. Okay. On that note, I think we have come to the end of the debate. Mr. Esife Molara. Thank you, Molara, for that your cacophonous entrance and voicing. We'll be back shortly. Let's take a short break. The video says anything. Let's get. Are you using a laptop?
I'm using my phone, so you need to compare the environment.
Wow.
Are you using earpiece or you are doing the earpiece?
Sir?
An earpiece?
No,
Uncle
no,
Faj, Uncle Faj, is there something wrong in the studio?
it's from the
No,
studio.
your voice is normal. It's steady. It's only
Yeah,
Molara.
yeah.
I
You
think
no, you can hear me, but I can hardly hear you.
Hmm.
I can
that is
hardly
not
hear you.
what we're hearing from Molara is
I'm
the
getting
sound.
I'm getting a feedback from your side.
Exactly. That's what is happening to me.
I'm getting a feedback
That's
from
what
your
I'm
side.
hearing. The feedback is because of Molara is making a cracking sound. So it's being amplified by the speaker. So if she leaves now, we'll probably will see calmness. So Molara, we'll see you next week. Let's see whether there will be after you leave. I'm not insinuating anything, by the way.
Okay, let
Just
me
to be
just try.
technical. Let's see how it works. Okay. Damola, can you hear any sound? How is it now?
Yeah, it's Omolora's end.
Yes. Because the tracking is amplified with the speaker in the house, with the Bluetooth speaker. So it will hold back to you.
Okay.
So when we return, I'll quickly ask you about what struck out for you this week.
Well, it's it's all about this playing politics
This is
with our insecurity.
yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah, it's all about that. And uh, when they said they should withdraw all these police um, orderlies from VIPs. Uh,
Mm,
I know I knew there was going to be a pushback
yeah.
because we hardly want to pay for anything that it's
Mm,
for our benefit in this country. So in other places, I know that you need security, you provide your own private security guards. But here they want government to provide it and also pay for it at the same time.
I think most
I
of
mean,
them they pay for it themselves. They
no,
have a
they don't.
particular amount they.
Eh, eh, Uncle
I don't.
Faj, they don't. That is money under the table. They don't. If I need security now, I will go to probably the officer in charge. They'll provide me with some, and there's a certain amount I will pay to him. that he will give stipends to the boys. Then on my own, I will also, because they are working with me, give them something. That's how it plays out. So it's not as if
Okay.
they pay and they have somewhere they keep the money that okay, this is the money IGL we make from providing security for people. No, government is still the one that bears responsibility for everything. And those people, their numbers is counted amongst the numbers of people providing security for the public. I mean, when a House of Rep member
Okay.
can now say that bandits and terrorists are after them simply because the president said they should withdraw their I mean security from the states. They should go and provide the security for themselves.
Okay. Okay. I'm going back now.
Okay.
Yes, this is still the Vintage Talkshow. The ladies have done their beats and they have excused themselves. So I'm left with Akindamola. Perhaps the other child fellows will join us as we go on. Now we move on to newspaper headline review or cover stories about major Nigerian newspapers. And it's all, I mean, what we have for you on Niger Trend is mostly about insecurity issues and all that. And if you open today's papers again, it's all about mostly about insecurity. What stood out uh, for me, Damola, is the fact that um, Obasanjo's statement to the federal government and uh, the the backlash that Burna Boy is facing for his action somewhere in, I think, in Dallas a couple of weeks ago. The first story says Obasanjo to federal government stop apologizing and negotiating with terrorists. Hmm. Baba says you should stop apologizing and negotiating with terrorists. Damola, what do you think? The approach, will it solve the problem? Yes, the lives have been rescued. People are getting back. Virtually everyone from the Kebbi axis have been returned, while the military is probing the withdrawal, the sudden withdrawal of the soldiers who have sent there to guard them. You know, uh, some number, virtually everyone in the Kwara, I beg your pardon, Kwara Eruku incident have been returned. There are another 50 sets from the Niger or thereabout have been rescued. Is it a working uh, policy? I don't know whether it's even a policy. Is it? Can we really say the government is negotiating and apologizing to because they also, of course, they are saying it's a lie. The Senate spokesman said there is no money was exchanged. Uh, the governors also said the same thing. Is it possible that this is a working policy they want to go ahead with negotiating or threatening or harassing? Will this work in the long run?
Hmm. Um, Uncle Fad, it takes me back to it takes my mind back to something that happened years ago, and I was explaining to people until you go into politics and you see the rot in it before you know that before you will realize that you need you need a lot of political will, a lot a lot of political will and less baggage coming into office to deal with this sort of situation. Because
Mm.
when you want to contest, there are several people you will need to connect with and take care of. Some of them are thugs,
Mm.
and they will tell you they control the area, and you need votes from the area, and you need to placate them. You need to win. At the end of the day, this all this comes home to roost when
Mm-hmm.
uh, there is a divide between the person that is contesting and the supposed talk that is settled in the first place. When he refuses to do what they want, what they do is they create chaos, which is what happened. Remember, years ago they said they found this terrorist leader in Borno State government house when Shetima was the
Yeah.
governor. And I was trying to explain to people, not holding brief for Shetima, that some of these people, without you even knowing who they really are, but simply because they introduce them to you as that they had clout in the area and stuff like that one, you know, you tend to patronize them and tell them, okay, secure the area for me and stuff like that one. At the end of the day, they become close to government. And when they now start perpetrating all this evil, that is when they will know that, okay, it's connected to this, it's connected to that, it's connected. But it didn't start like that. It started by being a thug, small thug in some small area, start growing with influence and stuff like that one. Someone like MC Oluomo, when I was in school then, MC Oluomo was not anything in Oshodi. But now MC Oluomo he is a voice in Oshodi. He controls who comes into office or not. Simply because over years, over time, they have been patronizing him politically. I mean, the current local government chairman came in through his influence. All the major stakeholders, they came in through his influence. He controls what goes to who. But it didn't start like that. He started by, okay, he controls a street, he controls a junction, and at the end of the day, now he's a monster. And how do you take
Ah.
this kind of monster? How? So it's until unfortunately we can't go back to the military era. I will not pray for it until we have a man that says no, enough is enough. Until we have a man that says
Let,
enough is enough. This
let
all
me
this
quote.
is just
Let me quote
sugarcoating. It
what
will not
Obama.
work.
Let me quote what Obama just said. He said, "We are part of the world community. If our government cannot do it, we have the right to call on the international community to do for us what our government cannot do for us." He said, before I left the government, I knew we have the capacity to pick up anybody in Nigeria who commits crime anywhere. The capacity we didn't have then was after identifying and locating such a criminal, we couldn't apprehend him without moving on land or by air. He said, now we have capacity. With drones, we can sweep them off, we can take them out. Why are we not
Yeah.
doing that? Why are we negotiating? I think that's a sound statement. Why are we not taking them out? Yes, they use human shields and all that stuff, but with superior intelligence uh, um, wrecking, you can isolate these people. You see them on videos, TikTok videos, and also when they jubilate and celebrate they show their weaponry, they show their arsenal. There appear to be one or two civilians here. You even see foreigners with them who are collaborators with them.
Yeah.
You know, they can assess some of these things technologically. You can assess these things and narrow
But
down their area
Uncle
very
Faja,
easily.
I think Baba is speaking from one half of his mouth because he was part of the problem when he was there too. Because he also
Yeah,
politically patronized people. that started all this. He also political. He didn't stamp his foot on the ground and said no because he had the chance then. We are just coming into a new democracy. He had the chance then to say no to all this.
Yeah. Ah, anyway, we have more to discuss in the Niger trends. Let's take another look at this piece that says Burna Boy faces fan fury, pulls plug on US tour. Uh, his, his tour, they call No Sign of Weakness, in the United States have come unplugged because of alleged acts during the show. The trouble began on November 12 at the Red Rocks Amphitheater in Morrison, Colorado, when Burna Boy halted his performance mid-show to confront a fan in the front row who was sleeping, asking for her removal before continuing the act sparked immediate criticism. I watched the video. Okay, it's a fee-paying guest, and nature caught up with her. She slept right in front of the front row. And the man got pissed off and said, until they remove her, he will not continue the show. And he stood his ground until the woman was virtually physically removed. That was so bad. I felt so bad for the person. I mean, he has paid to her that you can come and lie down on it. Because somebody's not affecting anybody. How does that one affect you? I mean, emotionally, as an artist, you feel one kind. You are doing all your best to make people happy, and this one here is is downplaying it like what they call what's that thing called distemper. Like the big dogs to calm them down. It's like spoiling your aura and all that. But then you said they should remove the person, or else they won't perform. And many people have spoken against it. Rihanna uh, or Nicki Minaj. A couple of international artists have showed oh, how did that happen, you know. And now fans are resenting and dropping out of shows, returning their tickets and all that. And it's affecting him internationally. And that's not the first time he's done things like that.
Uh, you know,
People
you,
of the
Uncle Faj, that boy is getting too big for his britches. It's it's he just he found fame when he was not too prepared for it. He found fame and it's a sign of the times. As in instant fame like that, there is the social media. It can take you so far. He found fame and you know e- exactly like the same thing he did in Nigeria too when he was harassing a lady inside the lounge, and he ran abroad. He ran abroad when the backlash came. He ran abroad. Probably reached out to them, settled them, and stuff like that. One, when people are not prepared for where they find themselves, that's what happens. Because a normal human being, you would have even empathized and asked, is there something wrong there? Maybe the lady is not feeling too well. You should be and stuff. You should
in
be
an
concerned
interview,
about
after, they said the fan later identified as child to Jetany, explained that she had attended the concert to escape
her. Yes, yeah.
after losing her daughter and has spent her own money on it. She have been mentally and physically and emotionally drained. I came to the show to put a smile on my face, and this happened to her. It's very and even prior to that, they said he made a video that went viral amongst his fans that said, "Did I tell you I want? Did I tell you all to be my fans? I'm only looking for fans who have money."
Yeah, no, it's
He
a Gen
said
Z
that.
it's a Gen Z artist. That's not the first time he said it. He came to Nigeria and he started yabbing his fans in Nigeria and stuff like that. One, he's a Gen Z artist, and I feel
And he sees
yeah,
Gen Z reaction now. He
yeah.
sees Gen Z reaction. People are dropping out of the show, canceling the shows. What he did in Houston, they said was very sparse crowd and all that. We pray that they don't. I mean, the reaction is not to cancel him. But you just to maybe you will get his bearings right and know that you
He,
are
he,
alive and you are thriving because of your fans. if they don't listen to your music, it will die naturally
Uncle
without you
Fad, he will
listening.
care less. He will care less about the fans now. When a young man of his age has over 100, 200 million dollars in his bank account,
Mm,
Uncle
mm.
Fad, if he brings $200 million down to Nigeria, till old age, he can't finish that money. He can't finish spending that money till old age. So that is part of what is the problem. Because if he had really suffered and built on things, and maybe in his 40s, that was when he had the big and stuff like that one. He will not be as hot headed as this. But young man has everything at his beck and call, can do and undo. That is what happens. He cares less about
Uh,
the fans now. It's all about the money.
it,
Hello. Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with this network. Can you hear
It
me?
just dropped off. I can hear you now.
Oh,
I
wow.
can hear you now.
Okay, we're back on the Vintage Talk Show, and we're still talking headlining and all that. I think we should just, I don't know. I hope, I wish Bona will get over this and learn. Let's take the last story, also from Punch. It's about the Guinea-Bissau coup, and Jonathan says Guinea-Bissau coup painful, more painful than losing election to Buhari. Is Jonathan. Jonathan for a couple of days was landlocked behind the the firing range of coupists in Guinea-Bissau who seized power. He had gone there to monitor elections. Election had taken place. They were counting votes. They were supposed to announce results. Then the coup, the coup is struck, and the man found himself behind enemy line. Fortunately, he was escorted carefully out of the country. By the way, welcome, Bosun. Then I'll continue with my explanation. Good morning, Bosun.
Good
Osifowora.
morning, officer.
You're
Good
welcome.
morning, sir.
Uh,
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone in the studio.
I'm sure we'll discuss about Sunday later. But while I was while you were coming in, I was introducing the situation, and I thought it was impolitic for the federal government to join others. I mean, you have condemned the coup, right? But to join others in vilifying Guinea-Bissau and then removing them from the AU and all that, while your former president is still behind the behind the enemy lines. It could have jeopardized his life, couldn't it? That condemnation by the federal for the action taken.
I think it was a question of proximity.
Okay.
The rescue from the Ivory Coast was faster and closer, so that was why the government relied on that.
But is Guinea-Bissau that close to us? Guinea-Bissau is not in.
To Cote d'Ivoire, it was the rescue came from Ivory Coast.
Oh, you mean rescuing Jonathan?
Yes.
That's not a rescue. They wanted to leave the country now. It's not as if they did.
Somehow they rallied round and
I think they should allow him to leave that place before start declaring and condemning and doing anything to finish. They hold him to ransom like they are doing like Boko Haram.
But Uncle Pat, really, I don't think they could have held Jonathan. You should have invited on unwanted pressure on them. It should have invited on unwanted pressure. Yeah, it's Jonathan is not like a small person when it comes to the politics of Africa nowadays. So it should have invited unwanted pressure right from Africa internationally. It should have invited unwanted pressure. So either the government releases a statement condemning or not, it doesn't. It's not neither here or there because some of these coupies they hardly have 5,000 troops under their command at the go. So imagine taking the whole of Africa, pouring into Guinea-Bissau to tell them no, it should have been something else. So it's they will not touch
Jonathan
this
also made Jonathan also made another point that it doesn't look like a coup as such. That I mean, announcing calling Buhari that he has considered defeat. That this president Mbalo, apparently was losing, and by his own phone, he now announced to international press that a coup is unfolding. He himself is under arrest using his own phone, you know, and suddenly coup happened. And then the coup is when they came, they now say, okay, they are giving the leadership of the coup to a general at the chief of army staff who was not aware of the coup. So that is suspecting that it was an arranged. The man did not want to leave power, and he wanted to have a proxy and all that stuff. And he supposedly
It's amazing. It's amazing how African leaders
feels
just
like
sit tight.
Nollywood drama. It's sad. Okay, guys, we'll take a short break now and come back for that trend. Yeah, hey, our listeners and viewers, please join us on the next leg as we return with the Niger trend. Oh my, Niger.
Uncle Fudge,
Yeah.
please, I'll rejoin in 5 minutes. I want to drop my daughter in school.
Okay. Okay. Take care.
Just around the corner. Yes.
Okay. No problem. Hey, Africa. I understand there have been how many coups in 5 years? About 10 or 12 in 5 years.
But Uncle Fad, you know the sad thing about all these coup or no coup is that Nigeria is
But we
not
are not
giving
going.
leadership. I think he has
Uh,
exited
as
his
Nigeria,
rules.
as Nigeria led itself, as Nigeria led itself well.
No, no, that's what I'm saying. That there has not been leadership on this week. It, they said
Uh,
if Nigeria gets it right, Africa will get it, especially West Africa. This
yeah.
Nigeria, when you visit other countries in especially West Africa, you will know that Nigeria is really big, but it's just that we are
Yeah.
not getting things at all. Because all those places, you just look at them that it's just like a town compared to Nigeria. It's just like a town compared
Mm,
to Nigeria. Mm, it's like a town compared to Nigeria. After the capital city in most places, that is the capital of the country itself. You hardly find
you're right.
something to write home about anywhere else in the country. But in Nigeria, you visit
Wow.
Ibadan, visit visit Ilesha, and you still see, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate. If Nigeria gets it right, all these things will not be happening
Mm,
because
mm,
I can imagine a coup happens in Guinea-Bissau and Nigeria voices that we are coming. It's just like the US saying that they are coming.
yeah. Yeah. We are so blessed, and yet it's so frustrating.
Extremely
So
blessed
frustrating.
and very exposed, very talented.
Ah, okay. This is well, as we all end up saying. Ah,
Hold on,
hmm,
hold on.
thank you, dear. Welcome back. Last was Low J, and this is Mr. 210. And this is the Niger Trends segment where we discuss trending issues within Nigerian space. Yeah, you can join us to air your views, share your thoughts with us, agree or disagree with our proposals here. The number to call is 0913 697 3485. You can make your thoughts known, be civil, be straight to the point, and be as brief as possible because of time constraints. The number again is 0913 697 3485. And I still have Akindamola Adeboye with me, Bosun will soon return to join us. And let's start with the last leg of our last discussion. Here on, I have two stories about this mass abduction crisis. Tinubu withdraws 100,000 police from VIPs. He has ordered withdrawal of 100,000 police officers from VIP security duties, redeploying them to community policing and counterinsurgency operations. The move follows uh, concerns that a third of Nigeria's police strength is tied down to politicians and elites, leaving communities exposed. VIPs will now be protected by civil defense corps. I mean, they also bear guns, there's not too much problem. The president also approved the recruitment of 30,000 new police officers and upgrades to training, I mean, to training facilities as Nigeria's battles a surge in abductions and rural attacks. We can't even begin to name them. And a couple of days later, the IGP announced that about the 11,000, over 11,500 officers have been withdrawn from VIP protection following the president's directive. And the IGP insists that the move is strategic, it's not sentimental. It's aimed at boosting frontline policing, and they want to do it responsibly in such a way that miscreants don't take advantage of the exposed, the how do we call it, the gaps in the security. He warned against misinformation and promised a phased, well-managed rollout to avoid security abuses or political manipulation. All right, and uh, suddenly, I hope as chairman of your area security and otherwise, you don't have police protection or police escort. Damola, that
Um,
is, you
um,
no
um,
longer
um,
have their service.
no, Uncle Fad, it's funny. Like we are saying, it's only in this climb that you see this sort of thing that you expect government to provide security for everybody, every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Well, I'm not against maybe a civil defense officer being attached to the local government chairman, but you just see people they flout security and they will call themselves VIP simply because they can pay. It's money under the table. It's simply because they can pay. It's money under the. It's not.
I still believe the payment is official. I think some part of it is official. I think I read
No, no,
somewhere, I
no,
can't
sir. It's
remember
not.
now.
No, it's not, sir.
Amount to the police. Wow.
If they tag it or they tag a particular amount to the service, it's not entering the government coffers. It's not even helping the government at all. It's just money under the table. It's just money under the table because I can tell you for free if you need a Hilux full of security personnel and you have the money, we'll reach out. They will bring them. You don't have to be anybody. The only qualification is you can pay. And of course, I love what the president has done, but I think I think we should be more intentional about all these sorts of decisions because, sir, visit most of the police stations in the country. Ask the DPO how many personnel were posted to that police station, and you will find out over 40% of the personnel, over 40%, I stand to be corrected, over 40% are not on ground because they refuse to serve in that place.
Hmm?
Yeah,
Are you talking about
over
rural place or just anywhere?
anywhere, even in my area here, it's
So they
when
choose where they
the
want to serve.
yeah, yeah, they choose what they want to serve. They choose when they turn up. It's just like we all know how the people do NYSC after the first months in camp, and they disperse. They go back to their states, and they keep on sending money back to the zonal coordinator. What do you call it and stuff? Because I never served, so I don't know about this stuff. But they send money, and then at the end of the year, they say they are served. That's how it happens in the police force too.
Hmm.
And these are some of the problems we have. The people are deployed to a police station, and they will say they will come, they will come and mark register, and they will tell you this place is not looking like it, and they will go back. And it's a big issue. And the DPO cannot deal with some of these people because of the godfathers they have. You can't touch them.
Okay.
I
What do you think? What do you think about Pastor Ashimolowo's suggestion to the federal government that members of the NYSC should be retrained or be trained to face banditry, to, to deal with banditry? What do you think about that?
Yeah, true. I support it wholeheartedly. It will serve as a deterrent. I support it wholeheartedly. It will serve as a deterrent. Every
This,
every
okay.
every youth in Israel, they don't have to carry arms, but they've been trained. It serves as a deterrent because they are a ready-made force. And
When you
with
mention
the
when you mention Israel, you know it's a cultural thing. They have been enculturated to defend themselves. Even
yes,
before
sir.
their forefathers have been under all kind of sieges and all that. But Nigerian youth coming out of there is no preconceived ideas. There is no preconditioning that after you finish your university level or whatever higher tertiary education you are dealing with, you will serve 1 year. You'll be trained this and this and that. Now you'll be a paramilitary kind of training for you and all that. Nobody they didn't tell you. Is that fair on those youth?
Well, well, if they have to go through that kind of program, they will be told. They will be told. It will be a policy.
Well,
They will be told. So it's not about,
okay,
it's a security of the country. And I think everybody has a part to play, a role to play. And some of these people that are armed and are carrying guns, it's because they know the next person cannot. So it's all about people naked power. It's all
okay,
about
and
naked
then
power.
okay, I'll come back to you about some of the suggestions in the parliament about us carrying guns and all that. Hello, good morning. Good morning. This is Blogger. Good morning. You're welcome. Yeah. Nobody can just say no. When when the scholar village together to go to the taxi free, because why do you have to pass it? Is it not because you don't have good governance? Is it not because you are taking our place? You know
Yeah.
the bandits, you know the agents are making them. Things are making them. People are making them. And you think to go after them. So let's say, so why do you want to tell me to come and fight or my sister to go and fight bandits? I will never allow it. They have been announcing vacancies for the military and the police. Anybody would allow their own people to go there. They can just see they are just like that. Just walk out. I don't want your people to go and I don't agree with that. Patriotism is not mean senselessness. You have to be patriotic, then have to do it with my right sense. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. That's a sharp disagreement with you about the NYC enlistment to fight Boko Haram when, I mean, banditry and all that, when even those who are well trained and have long been on the corps have been suffering all kinds of casualties and fear of what do you call it, saboteur, sabotage and all that in the system, infiltration of the enemy in the system, so-called rehabilitation program and all that. That as for Igbo, he's not going to allow his children to go and fight anybody.
No,
He'll be killing Brigadier General.
Uncle Fudge, we are not. I maybe he took what I said out of context because I'm not talking about you bringing the NYC people, just bringing them, training them, and fighting Boko Haram like that. No, I'm talking about like a reserve force, and it's going to be
Okay.
optional. It's going to be optional if you want to fight or not. It's a reserve force. Uh-huh. Because
Okay.
it's going to serve as even a deterrent to all these military people that keeps on harassing people simply because you are not in
We
uniform.
have,
Because everybody has been
yeah,
trained now.
yeah. And it leads me to the what the some of the legislators are propounding that it's about time now we carried guns, that people are given legal leeway to be able to access firearms so that they can defend themselves. For instance, these bandits will announce to people that they are coming in so time, in 2 weeks time, another, or else they should gather, that they're levying them, like fiefdom, and that they were coming so time, and they should be getting ready for them. And they will announce it, and they will tell the authorities about it. And then sooner or later, these guys will come, pillage the village, destroy everything, come, kill people, and go because they're
Mm-hmm.
defenseless. And the people that should defend them, some of them will come, some they will receive another, they will withdraw, they will go out and all kinds of stuff like that. You know. So some are suggesting that maybe they should give us legitimate access to firearms so that we can defend ourselves. What do you think
Well,
about that?
I knew when I was growing up, I knew my father had two two pistols, two pistols. I can vividly remember, and they had a license for them. But all of a sudden, um, some people thought people were having people having access to arms would would hamper their ambition. So what they did was that they started withdrawing the licenses and stuff like that one, and for some time firearms were banned from being
Yeah.
possessed by yeah, private individuals and stuff like that one. And I remember that I asked my father, so what happened to the pistol? He said he threw them away into the lagoon. That he went to throw them into the lagoon. That since they said they can't have them again, and he didn't want to submit them to anybody. And you know, you can remember, sir, when Colonel Zamani Lekwas,
Yeah.
when his people were being attacked, simply because he provided arms and ammunition for his people to defend themselves.
It's quite
He was
about.
harassed. Yeah, but those people, and check the timing of when this our so-called legislators check the timing of when they are now acting that people should have access to arms. It coincided with the timing, although I don't believe the coincidence of the president saying they should withdraw their security.
You're right. You're right. Because soon after there was an attack on Indigate, for instance, one of them, his company was
Yeah,
attacked and all that.
so they know that if people are now okay, hey, communities for purposes of security, you can defend yourself. Some people will be uncomfortable somewhere because they can't eat their cake and have it again. You can't just attack anybody anyhow. I mean, it's new setting that somewhere in Benue or in Jos, someone will just wake up one day and will bring arms and ammunition and will say that they are leveling the community. When the community, and if you check the community very well, they have their sons in the armed forces, plenty of their sons in the armed forces, and yet that thing is happening to them. If those communities, if they have arms and ammunition to defend themselves,
Quite bad.
I mean, it
Quite
will
bad.
serve
That,
as
that
a
was
big deterrent. No Fulani
very,
or IPOB or any ethnic militia, either Yoruba or anyhow, we go into a community code to go and just go and level the place up. They will know that these people can defend themselves. So, and something about a gun. If you have a gun, I have a gun. It's what they call mutual assured destruction. So everybody will be level-headed.
yeah,
Well,
you're
everybody
right.
will be careful with
You're
everybody. So I buy the idea, but of course it has to be a robust thing. It has to be intentional so that we will not create another chaos again. Because people also having easy access to arms and ammunition. At the end of the day, communities can rise up against community because they now have arms and ammunition. And
war.
yeah, it becomes a war again.
Everything has its own downside and upside.
Yeah,
But
it
in
does.
this blanket of insecurity and impunity, we should consider that. We should consider legitimate access to firearms to defend. You know, to defend. But because in the context of, for instance, look at the young man called Sunday. I can't remember his first name. Sorry, who defended himself in some part of the northern side, and a headsman attacked him, and he fought back, and he killed him, and he's now being charged for sentenced to death. Even up to the Supreme Court. And one of the things I wanted to ask Bosun to the legal aspect, maybe when he comes back, that he was that why are they doing that? Why are they sending him to death? They said because he affected too much force in retaliation. I was wondering, how do you aggregate the level of force you should dispense to someone who wants to kill you? If he wants to kill you and is not able to succeed and you're able to kill him, then you have to suffer because at the point in time you should realize that he's no longer able to kill you. It's awkward. Anyway, we're still on Niger trends and we have to with Damola Adeboye, and the number you can get us is 0913 697 3485. Let's hear your views as we go on. The number again is 0913 697 3485. Damola, let's look at this story. This story of Femi Shame, I think about it last time, but we didn't hear the UK response. Now, the UK has rejected a request by the Nigerian government to allow former Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu to complete his prison sentence in Nigeria. Ekweremadu is serving 9 years and 8 months for organ trafficking. British officers say Nigeria cannot guarantee he will He will continue his sentence if returned. His wife already released. He's back in Nigeria. The former lawmaker will therefore serve his full term in the UK. They say they don't trust us. They will get home now, and next thing is he will be in his village or in his mansion somewhere, serving home what they call that the house arrest or house detention.
Yeah,
This guy
that's
is
not
just
even the issue, sir.
okay.
It
Hold
will
on,
be that
hold
it
on,
will.
hold on, hold on. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Yes, good morning. How may we? Who's calling, please? Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, I believe. I believe there's a change the constitution. Well, I'm not a legal expert, but I believe there are certain regulations that have been enacted to stop anyone in firearms as a private citizen. Even at the point in time, there was mass withdrawal of already granted licenses that is no
Mhm.
longer available. You know, Akindamala, he was wondering, he wanted to find out what exactly is the situation. There was a time when people could carry firearms. Do they have to change the constitution to effect that change that we should be able to bear arms? You know, because the government, I mean, the legislators are raising the point. Another angle to that is they are raising the point means that there has to be a constitutional amendment because they are the ones making the suggestion. Or else they could easily have sent a resolution to the appropriate body to say, please pass a new regulation or a new instruction that we should bear harm. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the licenses were just withdrawn verbatim like that. It was not. It was it a regular, and they just announced it, and I don't think there was a law like that. Although, even if you want to bear arms, if you want to bear light arms now, just for protection, I think you can still obtain licenses. There are ways to go about it. It's just that it's a little bit cumbersome. But what we're talking about is that when they just give a blanket um, um, law that okay, people can bear arms and ammunition, so that if they find one with you, um, because for in most places that people can bear arms and ammunition, you just need to apply to the local authority, and they just grant it. And the local authority here to grant it is the divisional police officer. But now they've not done that. I think the state commissioner will have to look into it, and the state commissioner of police will be to look into it and grant you the permission now, which makes it a little bit cumbersome. And it's not for everybody; it's just on some selected few. So they are just saying that for everybody to, at least a sizable majority of the community to bear arms now, a new law has to be enacted so that they will just need to apply. Okay, we want to start bearing arms, and that's all.
Okay. So that they can import or I mean can have impact license for it and all that. Okay.
Yeah, and
One more
it's
thing.
not as if anybody can arrest anybody.
Okay, you were all going on before the call came in. You were talking about the Ikuremadu issue.
Yeah, I was saying that for me, it's a good one. Let everybody serve their time. Before we know it now, the former senator will come into Nigeria. They will tell us he's in a prison somewhere. Election will come up. Someone will obtain a form for him, and he will win the election inside the prison.
You know, there was one politician that won election while he was serving, while he was detained in prison, or while he was serving or something. Is it not
Plenty
Bishori or
of them.
something or somebody?
Omishore did it. Omishore did it. Plenty of them did. Omishore did it. Yeah, that's just
That
Nigeria for you.
that speaks to our. It's so poor. It's so poor. That we could elect someone that is under suspicion of a very high crime. Are you still elect him in any way? Oh my. Oh my. Let's take a short break. Damola will come back with the Niger trend. Oh my.
Uncle Fudge,
Yeah.
you know, in Nigeria, if you know your way, you will not be afraid to go to any prison and come out. It's just like a holiday. It's just like a holiday.
Hmm.
If you know the system very well, it's just like a holiday. It's just like going on
Hmm.
holiday. The only thing is that you will not be
And you
able
have
to
the
go
bomb.
about the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will not be able to go about the streets. But everything, every other thing any other man is doing in his house, you will do it. Everything. It was in this country that our former CSO to Abacha went to prison and Obi Mobi many man now. Nígbà tó wà nínú ibẹ̀. Àṣepamọ́, àṣepatí now. I, I,
Oh
I,
boy,
I I was privileged to be
Nigeria.
one of the parties in Lagos. Àṣepatí now. I was
Okay,
privileged to be
Bosun.
one of the parties in Lagos.
Oh, yeah, Damola, don't crack my ribs this morning. Bosun, we want to talk about the issue of
Akira,
of
but
getting
that's
government.
classified information.
Ngbo,
Yeah,
Bosun,
what Damola
Bosun,
was alleging.
it has been happening since. There was someone, we were doing party outside. He was inside the prison. Ó ń pe ìyàwó ẹ̀, ó ń pè wá. Ṣẹ́yìn ti jẹun bẹ̀ yẹn? Ṣé ti mutí? He was controlling things from inside that place.
Wow, wow.
Except you don't
Inside. I know how it works.
But you will know now.
I'm
Nígbà tí
familiar
èmi
with
náà
the system. I know how it works.
nígbà tèmi náà same thing. You know, I called and my father was asking me, "Mbole tí ń pè báyìí?"
When he
So
was
it's
in the
ex-
party.
except you are not familiar with the
Oh,
system.
what's wrong with this network?
It's the connection.
Yeah. Bosun, can you hear us?
It's not on yet. The connection is
Okay.
weak.
Johnny Drill. I'm available. The last song was by Johnny Drill. I am available. Hmm, available. Okay, while Bosun is trying to rejoin us, Akinamala is still here, and this is still Niger Trends on the Vintage Talk Show. You can see callers. We have we've got about 10 minutes. I don't know. Did you listen to the president broadcast? Hmm.
No, I didn't.
Okay, President Tinubu has declared a nationwide security emergency, ordering massive new recruitment across the police and armed forces. The police will take in an extra 20,000 personnel, raising the total to new recruits to 50,000. And the NYSC camps will temporarily serve as training centers. Tinubu says more boots on the ground are urgently needed as insecurity worsens. He's also authorized the DSS to deploy forest guards and asked mm, where am and asked the National Assembly to fast track state police laws. The president linked the move to recent kidnappings, praising security agencies for recent rescues, while calling on Nigerians to stay alert and cooperate fully with security operatives. It was a good piece. A little bit late, but it's still it deserved national emergency. And since that broadcast, there have been two or three attacks or kidnaps. Even in where there's the last one, like was it Zamfara or Sokoto, you know, and Niger and all that. It's like some sudden rush of madness amongst this uh, this criminal element. They're just going on rampage everywhere in the north. There are fears of people getting to um, Kitipupa, and all that.
Mhm.
What's the emergency? It's so urgent, and the recruitment has to be fast paced, you know. Ah, I don't know how our forces
Uh,
will cope with this
Uncle
situation.
Faj, until you we tackle, yes, it's a good move by the president, but until we tackle all these things at their root cause, because these people, apart from the monetary gain that is involved, they are also being sponsored. It over and over and over again. People have told us, people in government, out of government, they told us how people are being sponsored for acts of terrorism. They are being sponsored, and until their sponsors are brought to book, we'll keep on having this problem over and over again. Some people are out of government and they are hell bent on making sure things don't work because they believe they have a birthright to governance.
Hmm.
So until all these things are tackled at their root causes, because how can a video come out and then someone is telling us that in Kogi State, private planes come in with arms and ammunition, they live with natural resources? How?
Wow.
And nobody has traced that man. Nobody has traced the airstrip that are there because it just takes just a little bit of grading and an aircraft can land and take off. Nobody is tracing anything.
Yes.
Nobody is telling us anything, and we now expect this all these things to they will not stop because this involves heavy money. It involves heavy money. It will not stop until we tackle it at its root cause. Because how can
Mm.
arms and ammunition that are coming into the plane, who is buying them? Who owns the plane?
So there are some people are making money from our misery.
Yeah,
Wow.
big money.
You can see how important this is to us. Everything we've been discussing about insecurity and all that. I have a caller now. Hello, good morning. Okay. Mm. That, the dynamics have changed. Let's find a way. Let's find a way to take care of ourselves. The government, I think they should up the ante for how the citizens should defend themselves. Because this one has passed 50,000 more policemen, 100,000 more soldiers. We all need to defend ourselves. So we need laws that will back us up, laws that will save us, not kill us, not leave us open, harmless and hopeless against irreasonably skilled people. I don't know. I mean, I honestly, I mean, I wrote last week. Why are they killing us? What is the mental framework that defines or that supports their behavior? Why do people kill people who are harmless, who have not disturbed you in any way? Just killing for killing sake, you know? Akidamola, you can see the problem that we have. All we've been discussing is insecurity. Our last speech is also about it. A warning from a retired assistant inspector general of police. Abutu Yaro said he cautioned over President Tinubu's directive withdrawing police officers from VIP protection. He says past assassinations, including Bola Ige and Funshaw Williams, show the risk of leaving high-profile figures exposed. Under the new policy, VIPs will now rely on civil defense officers for protection. But Yarrow argues that the corps is not designed for VIP duties. Instead of stripping guards away, he says government should expand police numbers and strengthen mobile police units. The withdrawal comes as Tinubu ramps up equipment and all that. He's saying civil defense can't do it. Oh my, the civil defense can't do it. But the police will have is not
Uncle
enough
Fami,
to save us.
what is the police primarily? They were not designed to protect VIPs. I think there's a
Yeah,
special,
that's why they abuse.
yeah, there's a special squad even in the mobile police force does that. But what stops what stops us from training the security and civil defense corps from doing that? Because for me,
Well, come down.
yeah, for me, how many of them are being deployed? I mean, to really end their pay. How many? In this country, we just we set up an agency. They are just there. Everybody is being paid. They don't have something to do, and they can. These people can do it. Is it not about okay, so as the security with the VIP, has it stopped the assassin? Has it ever stopped the assassination? It has never done that. It has never done that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just more
Thank you,
of show.
Akindamola. Thank you, Akindamola. Sorry that the caller, but I don't think we'll be able to take that. Unless you can speak for 60 seconds. Hello? Okay. Yes, Akindamola, we need to say our byes. I was going to take the caller to see if you can do like 60 seconds, but we have 60 seconds. So, Akindamola, say your bye. I will call it a day today.
Okay. Everybody be safe. Be safe. Don't let Nigeria happen to you. Be safe. Uh, first thing about this country is life. Once you have life, well, every other thing can follow. So stay safe. Be
Yeah.
safe.
Yes. Yes, yes, be safe. I concur with Akindamola. Be safe. Be wary of what's around you. Be security conscious. Be environmentally conscious. Know what's happening around you and be guided. See something, say something. Don't keep quiet. And by His grace, we'll make it. We'll survive. So I say, be nice to people around you, even in this dire time, and stay blessed. Have a great weekend. I will see you next week. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, Aki.
Epele. Well, okay. Next week, I might join. I might not join. I am still I'm still looking at it. I will be in Uyo next week.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to. I'm burying my father-in-law in Uyo next week, so I'll be there.
Oh, okay. Johnny Mercies. All will
Yeah.
go well. I will hope to hear from you.
Okay. Bye bye, sir.
Okay.